ARMY in uproar. Chris Martin welcomes Taehyung and Jungkook's arrival in LA. What really happened? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because if you're an ARMY who lives for the behind-the-scenes stories of BTS, you don't want to miss a single detail we uncover here. Now, buckle up, because this isn't just a story about a celebrity arrival, this is a tale of friendship, mystery, and a series of events that might hint at something far bigger than anyone expected. The first whispers began online. A handful of ARMY accounts spotted a blacked-out SUV convoy near LAX private terminals late at night. At first, no one thought much of it. After all, Los Angeles sees its share of international stars. But then a blurry, almost surreal image appeared, two figures stepping off the plane, silhouettes that could belong to no one else. Kim Taehyung, elegant even in the dim light, and Jungkook, his stride confident but unassuming. Within minutes, the photos spread across Twitter, Instagram, and Weverse like wildfire. But the real shock wasn't just that BTS members were in LA. It was the man waiting to greet them, arms open and smiling, Chris Martin. If you've followed BTS over the years, you know this wasn't their first encounter with the Coldplay frontman. Their 2021 collaboration, My Universe, wasn't just a song, it was a bridge between cultures, a statement that music transcends borders. But this reunion in 2025 felt different. Why would Chris Martin be personally welcoming two BTS members in the dead of night? Why was their arrival so secretive? And why, just hours later, did the entire ARMY seem to be buzzing with excitement, confusion, and a bit of fear that something monumental was brewing behind the scenes? Eyewitnesses described the moment like a movie scene. Taehyung, wearing an oversized cream trench coat and a cap that barely hid his face, gave Chris Martin a warm but brief hug. Jungkook followed, effortlessly cool in all-black streetwear, his long hair brushing his hoodie as he lowered his head in a quiet greeting. Chris, ever the charismatic host, appeared to whisper something to them before gesturing toward the waiting SUVs. Some fans swore they caught a glimpse of other familiar figures in the car behind. Could it have been music producers? HYB staff? Or someone entirely unexpected? Almost immediately, speculation went into overdrive. Was this an emergency collaboration session, the kind of top-secret musical meeting that only happens in the heart of LA's recording studios? Or was this something more personal, perhaps a project so sensitive that even the label wanted it hidden from the public eye until the last possible moment? As ARMY scrolled endlessly through updates, a parallel conversation emerged. Some recalled how Chris Martin had often spoken about the special energy of BTS, calling them a gift to the world during interviews. He'd been especially vocal about his admiration for Taehyung's deep, soulful voice and Jungkook's natural musicality. And if history has taught fans anything, it's that when artists like this meet in private, history is usually being written in secret. And yet, a question lingered in the air like a suspenseful movie score: why now? BTS, as a group, has been navigating an unprecedented chapter: solo projects, military service schedules, and swirling rumors about future reunions or contract changes. Every move Taehyung and Jungkook make feels like it carries double meaning, like clues scattered across a mystery that ARMY is desperate to solve. Was this LA trip a sign of a new era? Or was it the continuation of a plan that's been in motion since the first time BTS and Coldplay joined forces? But perhaps the most chilling detail came from a fan who claimed to have overheard Chris Martin at the airport lounge earlier that evening. According to this witness, Chris was speaking quietly to a staff member and said something that sent shivers through the online community. "They're ready. And the world isn't." No context. No explanation. Just a cryptic statement that ARMY has been dissecting ever since. Ready for what? A groundbreaking song? A surprise performance? Or something much bigger, something that could shake the music world the way BTS always seems to do when the timing is just right? Hours after the arrival, social media erupted into organized chaos. Fan theories, flight tracking screenshots, and speculative TikToks dominated the night. Some fans were convinced they'd already cracked the code. The timing aligned perfectly with an upcoming award show in Los Angeles. Could Taehyung and Jungkook be preparing a secret live stage with Chris Martin? Or, as some dared to imagine, could there be an entire Coldplay x BTS Part 2 album in the works? Still, for every theory that made sense, there were just as many that raised more questions. Why only Taehyung and Jungkook? Where were the other members? And why did Chris Martin personally make the effort to greet them instead of letting assistants handle it like most A-listers would? In the midst of this digital storm, a short clip began circulating, grainy, shaky, probably captured through a fence by a determined fan. It showed Taehyung glancing around as if scanning the night, then leaning into Chris Martin's shoulder as they walked toward the car. Some fans interpreted this as exhaustion, maybe even stress. Others saw it as a tender, brotherly moment between artists who've shared something profound. Whatever it meant, one thing was certain: something was happening in Los Angeles, and ARMY could feel it in their bones. But the real story was only beginning to unfold. By the next morning, the whispers had become a roar. News outlets picked up the story, though none could confirm exactly why Taehyung and Jungkook were in LA. Some articles leaned into the mystery, describing unconfirmed reports of a private session at Henson Recording Studios, a legendary space where artists from Michael Jackson to Adele had recorded history-defining music. If that were true, imagine the gravity of the moment: Taehyung's haunting baritone meeting Chris Martin's ethereal tone, Jungkook's crystalline vocals layering over Coldplay's signature instrumentation. The thought alone sent shivers through the fanbase. This wouldn't be just another song, it could be a cultural event. And yet, despite the excitement, there was a trace of unease. BTS has always played their cards close to the chest, and when two of its most charismatic members vanish into the heart of Los Angeles, ARMY can't help but ask, what aren't we being told? Some fans began retracing the past year, connecting dots that may, or may not, be there. They remembered Chris Martin's interview just months earlier, when he hinted that some of the best songs are born in moments that nobody sees coming. He'd also cryptically mentioned that there was unfinished business with BTS, a comment largely dismissed at the time. But now, that throwaway line felt like a secret breadcrumb leading to this exact moment. So, what really happened in LA? We may not know the complete truth yet, but one thing is certain. Wherever Taehyung and Jungkook go, history follows. And with Chris Martin by their side, the next chapter of BTS's global journey might just be the most breathtaking one yet.